Italy is spending billions and racing the clock to transform entire districts before the 2026 Winter Olympics. But will these massive projects be finished in time or collapse under the pressure? In this video, we'll explore Italy's Olympic Village, two high-stakes venues, and the country's risky plan to move thousands across snow-covered terrain. If you want the full picture of what's being built and what might go wrong, this is the video to watch. Before we slide into Milan's bold Olympic build, hit that subscribe button for more epic infrastructure stories. The Milano Cortina Olympic Village is rising from what used to be a completely forgotten freight yard in Porta Romana. There are abandoned industrial spaces here that make you wonder why nobody ever does anything interesting with them. Well, someone finally did. The numbers alone will make your head spin. Over 47,000 square meters of space is designed to house more than 1,500 of the world's most elite athletes. But what is genuinely exciting is that the authorities are not going to cram world-class competitors into basic accommodations. The masterminds behind this project are none other than Skidmore, Owings, and Merrill. These are the same architectural legends who gave us One World Trade Center and Burj Khalifa. They built 6 modern 8-story towers, along with 2 old buildings they fixed up from Milan's industrial days. The real genius lies in how everything connects. There are no cramped hallways or concrete-heavy environments. Instead, we get wide green corridors that actually make you want to take evening strolls, pathways with enough shade to survive those intense Italian summers, and communal spaces that feel like you are in a resort. That entrance plaza is going to be absolutely massive, and that would have meant a high environmental impact. But not here. The architects here have decided to do something great for the environment. Over 30% of the village's energy comes directly from rooftop solar panels. Other than that, the heating and cooling systems are so advanced that they are cutting carbon dioxide output by more than 40% compared to conventional buildings. Even better, they are capturing over half the rainwater and going to use it for irrigation, cleaning, and all those necessities that usually drain city resources. This is sustainability that actually makes operational sense. Living in this place sounds like a dream compared to typical Olympic accommodations. Each athlete will have their own private sanctuary with soundproof walls. Other than this, the authorities have promised climate control that actually functions properly, and great bathrooms. The buildings connect through incredible terraced networks draped in vertical gardens. Stepping out of your room means looking at lush greenery with Milan's skyline spreading. At ground level, every building includes flexible spaces for stretching, team meetings, or simply decompressing from the intense pressure of competing on the world's biggest athletic stage. The communal areas are where this village is going to win people's hearts. Here, there is a cafeteria designed to feed thousands, a comprehensive medical center, and communication spots keeping everyone connected to home. There are also game rooms, comfortable lounges, and dedicated reception areas for every national delegation. This will create an environment that prioritizes athlete experience above everything else. The construction process itself deserves serious credit. They are using prefabricated panels, mass timber, and modular techniques. All of this simultaneously cut carbon emissions and construction time. It is efficiency at its finest, especially considering their hard deadline of July 31st, 2025. From current progress reports, facades have been completed and solar panels have been installed. It is just the infrastructure that is undergoing testing right now. It looks like Italy is going to nail the opening. The exciting thing is, it's not just this one part that is being constructed for the Winter Olympics 2026. Italy is racing against time to finish 2 other massive projects that could make or break the 2026 Winter Olympics. The Palitalia Arena in Milan and the Eugenio Monti Sliding Center in Cortina d'Ampezzo are both under construction. The Palitalia Arena is taking shape in Milan's Santa Giulia district. It is just minutes from downtown. When it is done, this place will pack in 16,000 screaming hockey fans for the Olympic finals. David Chipperfield, the famous architect behind the design, is creating what's set to become Europe's most advanced multi-sport arena. He has given this project a sleek, modern design, which promises to impress the spectators. Construction has not been an easy task here, though. The original budget was under 150 million euros, but costs have increased due to expensive materials, worker shortages, and an incredibly tight schedule. Still, the arena should be ready by late 2025. This will give organisers just enough time to test everything before the Games begin. After the Olympics wrap up, Milan will use Palitalia for concerts, sports events, and major exhibitions. Up in the mountains, the situation has been even more stressful. Here, Italy is building the Cortina Sliding Centre, officially called the Eugenio Monti Track. This part of the project has caused more headaches than any other Olympic project. This historic venue first opened way back in 1923, but was abandoned in 2008. Instead of finding an alternative location, Italian officials insisted the sliding events had to happen in Cortina, even if it meant completely rebuilding everything from scratch. Early on, organisers considered using existing tracks in Cesana or even going outside Italy to places like Innsbruck or Lake Placid. But the government wouldn't budge. Cortina was the choice, and that decision came with a huge price tag of 118 million euros. Not just that, it came with an impossibly short construction timeline. Work finally started in February 2024, but there were so many problems that needed to be solved. There were delays, political arguments, and even sabotage when workers discovered a missing refrigeration pipe during testing in early 2025. Many people were not even sure if Italy could actually pull this off. Somehow, they did. In March 2025, 60 athletes from 12 countries spent 4 days testing the rebuilt track. The results were really encouraging. Both the International Bobsleigh and Skeleton Federation and the International Luge Federation gave their approval. The complete structure, including its temporary roof, should be finished by November 2025. If that happens, the international training sessions will start shortly after. Nothing is guaranteed until the final inspections are complete, though. Now that the Olympics are too close, Italy cannot afford any more delays on these crucial venues. The Palitalia Arena and Cortina Sliding Centre represent two of the biggest challenges facing the 2026 Winter Games. Both projects are cutting it close, and now the entire world is watching to see if Italy can deliver what it promised. Now, building stadiums and tracks is one thing, but getting thousands of athletes, officials, and spectators across snowy mountains and remote valleys is a different kind of challenge. But Italy is prepared for that as well. For the Milan Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics, Italy has to connect distant towns, alpine villages, and urban hubs across Lombardy, Veneto, and Trentino Alto Adige. For that, the organisers did massive rail and road upgrades. The organisers have heavily invested in rail transport because they wanted to reduce traffic and cut down on emissions. Existing train stations in Trento, Belluno, Longarone, and Feltre are being upgraded with better accessibility. They are getting expanded platforms and new signage for Olympic travellers. Regional routes between Milan and Cortina and along the Valtellina corridor are being modernised to improve reliability and increase train frequency, especially during peak Olympic days. Special Olympics shuttles will also connect spectators and staff between transport hubs and event venues. The goal is to move as many people as possible via train and bus, and not private vehicles. This is not just good for sustainability, but it will also prevent traffic jams on mountain roads that were not built for this kind of scale. But that has not stopped Italy from investing in the roads too. A wide series of bypass roads, highway junctions, and tunnel expansions are under construction throughout the host regions. The locations include Cortina d'Ampezzo, Dobbiaco, Perca, Sondrio, Entratico, and Longarone. However, not all projects are running smoothly. Some bypasses in areas like Valboite and Livigno may not be completed before February 2026. There have been delays due to harsh winter conditions, high altitude construction, and budget constraints. Still, local officials insist that contingency plans will keep things moving. These plans include temporary roads, controlled traffic zones, and priority lanes for Olympic transport. To manage the influx of vehicles, park and ride systems are being set up in towns like Osago, Dervio, and Livigno. Here, the visitors can leave their cars and take shuttle buses to the venues. At the same time, level crossings are being eliminated on several rail lines to improve safety and increase speed. Whether by train, bus, or car, the infrastructure for Milan Cortina 2026 is designed to move thousands across hundreds of kilometers every single day. If it works, it will be a modern logistics victory. If it doesn't, the games might hit a traffic jam before they even begin. If they succeed and the events go smoothly, Italy has an impressive post-games plan. The Milano Cortina Olympic Village is set to become one of Milan's most ambitious legacy projects. The 6 residential blocks built for Olympians will be converted into student housing. It will provide over 1,000 beds for university students, starting from the 2026 academic year. Not only that, the Olympic Plaza will turn into a lively community square with cafes, shops, restaurants, and even weekly farmers' markets. 2 historic buildings on the site are being restored for public use, and newly planted green spaces and rooftop gardens will stay open to the local community. The entire area is being designed as a permanent, self-sustaining urban neighborhood. In Cortina, the sliding track will become a national training center. Other venues across mountain towns will be integrated into local tourism and sports programs. Italy is taking a bold gamble to deliver a Winter Olympics that's not only on time, but unforgettable. From the eco-friendly Olympic Village in Milan to the last-minute race to finish the Cortina sliding track, this is one of the most ambitious Olympic infrastructure efforts we've seen in years. And if everything works, it could redefine how host cities prepare for the Games. Personally, I think Italy's doing more than just preparing for a sports event. They're building something that could leave a real legacy for future generations. But what do you think? Is this a smart investment, or are they taking too many risks? If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to Design Zip for more architectural, design and construction projects from around the world. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.